आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू वन एग्जांपल. जैसे कि आप लोग अगर अर्बन एरिया में एक सिग्नलाइज इंटरसेक्शन की तरफ जाते हो, आप देखना कि मोस्टली ड्राइवर, जबकि उनको स्टॉप बार के इधर रुकना है, बट दे विल स्टैंड ऑन द पेडेस्ट्रियन क्रॉसिंग. दैट मीन्स व्हेन वी आर ड्राइवर वी आर नॉट बॉदरिंग अबाउट पेडेस्ट्रियन, and pedestrian also not bothering about themselves. Such as one example, आप किसी हाईवे पे आप देखना, बहुत टाइम हमने सब ने देखा कि पेडेस्ट्रियन जो है ना वो डेजिग्नेटेड क्रॉसवॉक पे क्रॉस नहीं करेंगे. गाड़ी के सामने से मतलब आप कह सकते हो मतलब दौड़ के जैसे भी करके उनको रोड क्रॉस करना है. सो एंड देयर इज़ वन थिंग लाइक इन इंडिया वी ऑल आर इन हरी. हमको हर किसी को मतलब पता नहीं किस बात की जल्दबाजी है नहीं मालूम, सबको है, चाहे वो फ्लाइट से उतरने का हो चाहे वो रोड क्रॉस करने का हो. सो इन दैट केस इफ़ सपोज दैट अगर स्टॉप पर में कोई गाड़ी ना रुक के जेब्रा क्रॉसिंग में रुके, तो इसमें क्या होगा, पेडेस्ट्रियन का मूवमेंट ऑब्स्ट्रक्टेड होगा, बट इसमें इतना ज़्यादा सीवियर कुछ होगा नहीं, क्योंकि हार्डली आपके बॉडी में कोई चोट आ सकती है, थोड़ा सा खून बह सकता है. बट आप सपोज आप हाईवे क्रॉस कर रहे हो इन दैट मैनर, तो व्हीकल इज़ नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट. वो तो अपने वे से आएगा ना विथ स्पीड, बिकॉज वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग द रोड फॉर देम सो दैट दे कैन मेंटेन देयर डिजायर्ड स्पीड. एंड इन दैट केस if a vehicle will hit you, there is means no chance that you will be survive. Now suppose like there is one example I want to share with you. ऐसा एक इंसिडेंट न्यूयॉर्क सिटी में हुआ था कि एक व्हीकल सिटी में जेब्रा क्रॉसिंग के ऊपर आके रुक गया. तो व्हाट पेडेस्ट्रियन डन, दे डिडंट कॉम्प्रोमाइज, बट वी एक्चुअली कॉम्प्रोमाइज. हम करते क्या, अच्छा ठीक है रुक गए, हम थोड़ा साइड होकर चले जाएंगे. दे डिडंट कॉम्प्रोमाइज, दे जस्ट मतलब वो लोग व्हीकल के ऊपर चढ़ के रोड क्रॉस किया कि दिस इज़ नॉट आवर फॉल्ट, यू हैव केम टू आवर प्लेस. तो दैन दैट व्हीकल हिज ऑटोमेटिकली वो थोड़ा पीछे चला गया. सो दिस इज़ द सिचुएशन. बट हम लोग भी ऑलवेज थोड़ा सा एडजस्ट कर लेंगे, थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ कर लेंगे. वी हैव दैट मेंटलिटी वी कैन से. And when we sometimes as a pedestrian also don't bother about ourselves. When we are driver, we don't bother about themselves. It's like ki I have the right, other people will do the adjustment. Now talking about the road. So we as an engineer actually we have to provide a safe road, which we will this is the motive actually for this audit program. Now talking about vehicle. Yesterday sir has given one example that in northeast वो एक्चुअली जो व्हीकल है, दिस इज़ आई एम बिलोंग टू नॉर्थ ईस्ट. सो वो इंसिडेंट एक्चुअली मेरे स्टेट से ही था. वो एक नाइट सुपर बस जिसको बोलते हैं हम, वो अगरतला से गुवाहाटी जाने वाला बस था. तो खाई में गिर के सारे लोग मर गए. सो देयर लाइक बट वी आर नॉट रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट ना. यहाँ पे हमारी कोई गलती नहीं है, जो लोग मरे उनकी भी कोई गलती नहीं है. सो मे बी देयर इज़ सम problem with that vehicle, because of that accident happened. Now other problem is with environment, so we will talk about it later. Now we must understood who are the vulnerable road users. Now there are many definition. According to World Health Organization, VRUs are pedestrian, cyclist and motorcyclist. Now according to the United States Department of Transportation, they have told that road users who are most at risk for serious injury and fatality when involved in a road vehicle related collision, they are the pedestrian. According to European Union ITS directive, they are saying non-motorized road user such as pedestrian and cyclist as well as motorcyclist and person with disabilities or reduced mobility and orientation. So there are many like a definition of road VRU, but we as a like a road we know that mainly these are for our country, we can say pedestrian, bicyclist, motorcycle and pedestrian with disabilities. Those are the VRUs. Now let us see the crash statistics of VRU. Here the data is given for 2 years. We can say that see that two-wheelers constitute a share of 43.2 accident death among all the VRU. And then the second highest is pedestrian, which is around 17.8% death is there in pedestrian. So if you see this change, maybe that pedestrian death is reduced somewhat, but two-wheeler death is increased. Now who are the pedestrian? So when we are using a vehicle, we are the driver. When same people using road, we are the pedestrian. When people carrying their child in the road, they are the pedestrian. People with disability are also pedestrian. Blind people, they are also pedestrian. Here you can see that school going kid, they are also pedestrian, and here we can see a person crossing a road, but however he is a distracted pedestrian. He is using his mobile phone and crossing the road. He is not bothering about whatever is there surrounding by him. Now other VRUs are bicyclist, then two-wheeler, then again here like we can see the disabled person. Now VRU and rural areas. So of course we know that rural area people are not that much financially strong. So mostly rural people, they do many works in village, like they mostly do some, they may be construction labor, they may be some other kind of industry labor. So it is found that laborers are the most accident prone in rural areas, and among them female are more prone actually, because they mainly do their work by walking trips. They go from one place to another place. Sometimes they carry many things on their head. So it has been found that compared to men and women, that female were more prone to accident. Now apart from that, one more thing I need to include, which is in rural area, जो children है, जो especially elder people है, they also not bother about the safety. They don't dare to cross the road or don't dare to share the road with other motorized vehicle. Now if you consider the urban area, na, so people are somewhat concerned. They will tell their kid कि नहीं आप जब स्कूल से निकलोगे आप पेडिस्ट्रियन क्रॉसिंग पे क्रॉस करना. Sometimes parents tell them, but in rural area there is no one to tell them what to do, what not to do. So and one more thing, वो हमेशा से यही देख के आ रहे हैं कि ऐसे ही रोड क्रॉस करना है, कि मेरे पापा भी जब मुझे लेके गए रोड ऐसे ही क्रॉस करा, तो वाई शुड नॉट आई ऑल्सो डू द सेम थिंग. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू देम दिस इज द वे टू क्रॉस द रोड. नाउ व्हाई वी आर कॉलिंग देम vulnerable? Because suppose you are inside a vehicle, when another vehicle will hit you, there is a protective shell कि गाड़ी है, आपको पहले वो शॉक एब्जॉर्ब होगा, बहुत ज़्यादा काइनेटिक एनर्जी लॉस हुआ तो आपके बॉडी में जाके वो हिट होगा. अब VRU के बारे में सोचिए, दे आर नॉट प्रोटेक्टेड बाय एनी मेटल शेल, लाइक द डायरेक्ट हीट विल बी इन द बॉडी. सो जैसे हम अगर सपोज व्हेन वी आर कटिंग वेजिटेबल्स, दिस मच ऑफ ब्लीडिंग बॉदर अस, but when there is an accident people may die, but we don't think about that much, na? So we always give a special priority to VRU. Another thing is that they are smaller in size, of course. Due to this also the means prone to accident is more for them. Now what is the cause of crash? It is actually in terms of road user point of view. For pedestrian and bicyclist, as I told, they violate the rule. They have to use the crosswalk, but they will cross the road in middle of the road, which I have mentioned here, crossing at wrong places, moving on carriageway. Then another is temporal violation. Temporal violation we mainly see in urban road, especially जहाँ पे signalized intersection है. When vehicles have the green indication, we are not supposed to cross the road. But in many cases we have seen that vehicles are going, pedestrian also crossing along with them. So this is the violation of rule. Another is carelessness, कि मतलब नहीं हमको तो कुछ नहीं होगा. This kind of one attitude is there in people. Third is illiteracy, because people don't know what to do, don't know about, don't have that understanding about the road marking, then road sign, and if they do this kind of activity, what will be the outcome? This kind of knowledge they lack for. Now talking about the motorist two-wheeler, that road user point of view, how they contribute to crash. First one, sir has many times mentioned, this is excessive speed, rash driving. Second thing is this, that carelessness, means intolerance or short temper, means मोटरसाइकिल का एक बिहेवियर ये कि जहाँ से भी थोड़ा सा स्पेस मिले कैसे भी करके निकल के चले जाएंगे. दे डोंट हैव दैट प्रेशन कि हाँ हम रुकते फिर वी विल क्रॉस द रोड और वी विल लाइक गो फॉर ए safe ride. Then the third is violation of rules and regulation, which I several times mentioned. Then failure to see or understand the traffic situation and sign, that is due to lack of experience, distraction and literacy. Now giving an example of distraction, in front of, like outside of our IIT campus, there is one flyover. So one day I was going to city for purchasing something. I have seen that in the flyover one biker, he was riding bike with a heavy, like with a high speed, though he was wearing helmet, but entire flyover he crossed by watching the mobile. Now see how much confident he is कि हाँ मेरे से तो ये हो जाएगा means. So this is kind of you can say distraction or overconfidence also. Now temporary effects due to fatigue and alcohol. So in rural roads especially, people have to go nearby town or city for their daily work. So we have seen cycle, motorcycle, these are the most affordable medium for the rural road users. Of course they will not purchase car and then will go to the construction site to do the construction. So जाने में भी उनको टाइम लगता है, आने में भी एक sufficient means quite high time is required, and when they do the work, of course they will feel some fatigue. Now above all of this, suppose when he was returning back, he just thought, okay, today I should take little bit of alcohol. So how the effect it will be? Like it will give an additional value to this fatigue. Now in terms of road related factors, what we should focus, first of all, provision of proper side distance, then provision of proper horizontal and vertical alignment, then good carriageway width and condition of the shoulder, deficiency in right road sign and marking is there or not, we should check, then good junction design, good pavement characteristic and street lighting. So these are the responsibility of us, means as a researcher and you people as an engineer. Now talking about the environmental factor, yes, there are many incidents like if suppose many people have visited Yamuna Expressway, I think there during winter period this kind of many accident happen. उधर थोड़ा fog ज़्यादा होता है ना तो दिखाई नहीं देती रोड में. तो one you can find one article maybe in internet also. What happened, like there was some breakdown of one vehicle and due to fog मतलब वो उसको उधर रुकना पड़ा. So now in expressway people will of course come with a high speed, तो उसको fog के कारण दिखाई नहीं दिया कि आगे एक vehicle है. So it just collide with that vehicle. Now one by one other vehicle also collided, and I think in that collision 7 vehicles were involved. That is due to the like visibility issue due to fog. Now what are the safety risks on rural road? One is physical hazard, that means any roadside object or feature located or near road likely to create danger to occupants or riders. In means कोई भी physical hazard ऐसे presence हो जिसके वजह से not only pedestrian, even rider also have to be their safety has been compromised. So because of that, what will happen? More number of crash will occur, more number of severe crash also will occur, and it will result into either fatality or serious injury. Now another hazard is road hazard at intersection. So what are the common road safety issues in intersection? First of all, it is the side distance, then poor visibility of oncoming traffic due to neglected high fence. So we can see an intersection के पास में एक बहुत बड़ा signboard या कुछ होता है, बहुत we have seen this kind of situation. So because of that, we don't know from the cross traffic which vehicle is coming. Even that trees, branches are there, there is no cutting and all of these branches of trees. Another is traffic passing through habitation or center of activities. So especially in rural area, जहाँ पे जनबसती है, मतलब habitations and different activities है, suppose school, presence of hospital, their safety actually concern for pedestrian, non-motorist vehicle user and cattle belonging to this in habitation. So मीन्स वहाँ पे ज़्यादा गाड़ी तो होगी नहीं ऑफ कोर्स, वो उनकी खुद की एक आध पर्सनल व्हीकल मीन्स टू व्हीलर, बाइसाइकिल and themselves. So here we can see some observed road safety issue on rural roads. This kind of some examples sir has already shown yesterday and today also. So see, this is a wrongly placed zebra crossing. Now यहाँ पे कुछ है नहीं, एक खाई है, यहाँ पे भी कुछ नहीं है, but there is a zebra crossing. So इसका क्या मतलब है? मीन्स पेडेस्ट्रियन एक खाई से निकल के रोड क्रॉस करके दूसरा खाई में गिरने के लिए रोड क्रॉस करना है? ऑफ कोर्स नॉट. मे बी किसी एक टाइम पे देयर मे बी सम शॉप और समथिंग वाज देयर, that time maybe it was marking they have done or construction was done, but now there is nothing, but pedestrian crossing is there. Another thing we can see that sharp edge drop between pavement and shoulder, which sir yesterday told that because of that that vehicle will be imbalanced. Now ऐसा situation होगा कब? Especially in rural road. Suppose आप ड्राइव करके आगे जा रहे हो, सो मे बी ऑपोजिट तरफ से एक गाड़ी दूसरे गाड़ी को ओवरटेक करके आगे आ रहा है. सो इन दैट केस यू डोंट हैव स्पेस टू गो. सो समटाइम्स बिकॉज ऑफ दैट व्हीकल go to this shoulder, and we can see means when this vehicle can come out again in the carriageway, but if some motorcycle will go this way, उसको वापस एक्सेलरेट करके आना उसके लिए डिफ़िकल्ट है. Now here we can see non-standard and damaged speed breaker. So this kind of provision means we have seen in many rural way कि जो भी speed breaker है which is means nothing, it is not relating to the standard which is given in IRC. Just बनाना है तो बना दिया, मतलब this kind of mentality you can say. Now no facility for cyclist and pedestrian. So here we can say see that shoulder is not there. It's only some though edge line is there, but proper shoulder is missing. So in that case what will happen? Pedestrian, cycle both will use the same carriageway with other vehicle. Now ये आप लोग देखिए, इसमें कुछ दिखाई भी नहीं दे रही है. This is no lighting for night time. Though there is a road. Now what will happen? Suppose आपको रोड के इस तरफ से इस तरफ किसी भी एक कारण में किसी के घर शायद डिनर करने जाना हो, वापस जब आ रहे हो क्या पता उधर से कोई गाड़ी आए और फिर ठोक के उड़ाई दे, मतलब क्योंकि कोई तो दिख भी नहीं रहा है. So then another thing we can see observed safety issues on rural road, which is sharp corner in habitations. Now we can see here like इधर से अगर कोई गाड़ी गया उसको मालूम नहीं उधर क्या है, शायद कोई और टर्निंग ट्रैफिक भी है. Same situation here also and there and in the fourth location. Now in that case what we should do? We should improve the side distance. हम लोगों को ये सब अगर possible हो तो यहाँ से हटा के दूसरी जगह place करना है. So this is the one solution. Now suppose there is some circumstances कि हम जो भी वहाँ पे placed है we cannot remove that. Now what can be done? So to improve this kind of situation, there is one study carried out by IIT Hyderabad in their campus. What they did, उनके campus में बहुत सारे unsignalized intersection है. So उन्होंने क्या किया? Suppose ये मान लीजिए एक जंक्शन, तो यहाँ से भी गाड़ी आएगा, यहाँ से भी जाएगा ना, so क्रॉस स्ट्रीट. तो उन्होंने एक फ्लैशिंग वार्निंग साइन लगाया. उसका यूज़ ऐसा है कि यहाँ पे सेंसर होगा पेवमेंट पे, तो यहाँ पे जब कोई व्हीकल होगा a warning message will shown to this cross traffic that a vehicle is present in the cross traffic, so you please be aware, like you do whatever action you want to do, whether you to cross, whether you to stop, and same thing will be there. जब यहाँ पे कोई vehicle होगा they will see similar kind of message, then they can take an evasive action. Now problem with the rural road is that मिरर, यस मिरर भी लगाते. तो फिर अभी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि इट इज़ इंटेलिजेंट ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम, इट इज़ लिटिल कॉस्टली. सो ऑफ कोर्स रूरल रोड में शायद ना लगाने दे इस काइंड ऑफ इंटरवेंशन, बट हाँ, दिस इज़ वन स्टडी एक्चुअली सर. आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग माई that information with you that there are this kind of work also has been done कि जहाँ पे इस टाइप का इशू है हम कि किस अलग तरीके से उसको मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं।
मैडम ये शार्प कॉर्नर्स एंड हैबिटेशंस लैंड रिस्ट्रिक्शन एंड रूरल रोड मोस्टली जो है ना लैंड की प्रॉब्लम रहती है।
तो यहाँ पे फिर इसको फिर रिमूव करना होगा।
मोर देन 50-60%।
ओके, सो
इसलिए ये प्रॉब्लम आती है ये जो है ना।
ओके, नाउ व्हाट वी अंडरस्टूड फ्रॉम दिस प्रीवियस स्लाइड कि till now provision for facilities for VRU seem to be residual and not the prime consideration. We always giving priority to the motorized traffic. Till now we know that they are vulnerable, but we are not providing any special treatment, means we are not giving priority to them so that we can improve their facility. Now when in situation of space constraint, what you have said just now, compromise is always made by cutting pedestrian facility, not by reducing the carriageway. Now let us see the safety in rural road for school and public building. So जहाँ पे school different building types है, so of course road alignment will go near to this. So there are many VRUs like school children, pedestrian, bicyclist, and because they are sharing the same carriageway. Here we can see now हम भी जब स्कूल जाते थे आवर टेंडेंसी वाज कि अकेले तो नहीं आएंगे, वी विल कम विद अ ग्रुप ऑफ आवर फ्रेंड्स, वी विल गॉसिप, वी विल टॉक एंड देन वी विल लाइक most half of the road we mainly like have taken, all of us have done this kind of thing. Now so in that case we have to give a means a separate like paved shoulder for school going student, means we have to improve the safety for school kid. Now there are some example for school and public building. Here we can see that shoulder is not paved, and then here also some issues. These people are using carriageway. Now in that case we may say that shoulder paved नहीं तो क्या हुआ, shoulder तो है, they can use that. Now just imagine अगर रोड में बहुत ज़्यादा धूल हो ड्राई सीजन में, आप खुद भी तो नहीं इसको यूज़ करोगे, आप carriageway से ही जाओगे. और अगर रेनी सीजन है तो देयर विल बी वाटर लॉगिंग प्रॉब्लम, देयर विल बी मैनी ब्रिक चिप्स, देन स्टोन चिप्स, उसमें भी कोई वॉक नहीं करेगा एंड रेदर इट विल लाइक टू व्हीलर में स्किड ऑन दिस काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन. सी इसमें रोड कौन सा है, शोल्डर कौन सा है, एरिया बाउंड्री कौन सा है, देयर नथिंग इज लाइक वी कांट से एनीथिंग. नाउ हाउ टू इम्प्रूव द स्कूल जोन सेफ्टी? First of all by providing the warning sign कि school आगे है. Now sometimes we have seen that only this thing is given in the road. Now many people may don't understand the meaning of this, especially on rural road. They are not acquainted of all the traffic sign and all. तो हमारा काम क्या है कि एक मैसेज भी उसके साथ दे, स्कूल लिख के कि स्कूल है. Now यहाँ पे और एक ऑब्जर्वेशन है, like I have seen in Delhi road, like along with the speed that sign they are writing school and they are writing it is in English and Hindi both, because all of them can read the English. So I cannot say ki everywhere in India we write in Hindi. If you go to south, of course they can understand Hindi, so you can write the like in their language. In Bengal also many things are written in Bengali. So this kind of thing should be done especially on rural road, because I think most of the people don't know English, so if it will be written Pathshala or Vidyalay, then they can understand, okay आगे एक विद्यालय है तो I have to take like taken care of the safety. Then this is the hospital zone sign कि आगे एक hospital है. Then this is another school speed limit. This is actually US standard sign. It is 20 20 mile per hour. It is not kilometer per hour. And another is school zone hump ahead. School zone के सामने हम अगर hump लगाएंगे, we have to also place a warning sign कि आगे hump है and school zone भी है, so be careful. Now can anyone please tell me what is this sign means, this one? You have huh? No, it is not stop line, this one, this no, this is actually giveaway marking. Giveaway yield जो अभी कुछ टाइम पहले ही आपने पूछा था ना सर को, so this is actually giveaway marking.
कल दिखाया था.
हाँ हाँ, सो इसका एग्जैक्टली हाँ सर बोलिए।
नहीं, स्टॉप वे इज टू व्हीकल माइनर रोड के लिए बोल रहे थे ना, तो स्टॉप वे मतलब रुकना पड़ेगा, गिव वे है तो दिस इज द गिव वे।
गिव अवे रोड मार्किंग, इट इज़ नॉट इन साइन फॉर्म। सो इट मीन्स कि आगे पेडिस्ट्रियन क्रॉसिंग है, आप प्लीज़ रुक जाइए। हाँ, और जब पेडिस्ट्रियन क्रॉसिंग नहीं होगा आप देखिए आसपास एंड देन यू क्रॉस द रोड। सो दिस इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस मार्किंग, या इट्स ए वार्निंग।
आपका मैडम ऑलरेडी हैज पुट बोथ द थिंग्स देयर। दिस इज, लुक एट दिस साइन पेडिस्ट्रियन का, ये नीचे नीचे नीचे, हाँ हाँ राइट, हाँ ऊपर पेडिस्ट्रियन, हाँ दिस इज यू सी ट्रायंगुलर शेप, ये भी ट्रायंगुलर शेप है, वो भी ट्रायंगुलर शेप है, बट उसका हेड डाउनवर्ड, इसका हेड अपवर्ड।
गलत लगा है।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, गलत नहीं,
नहीं गलत नहीं है,
गलत नहीं है सर ने अभी तो लास्ट प्रेजेंटेशन
गलत नहीं है।
हो सकता है ये रैम्बल स्ट्रिप का हो।
नहीं, ये रंबल स्ट्रिप नहीं है, दिस इज ए कॉमन प्रैक्टिस इन यूएसए। सो
साइन के टाइम भी देखेंगे,
हाँ,
वही है एक्चुअली। गिव वे इज व्हाट काइंड ऑफ साइन? रेगुलेटरी साइन। गिव वे स्टॉप इज रेगुलेटरी साइन, और ये स्कूल जोन है, ये क्या है? इंफॉर्मेटरी साइन। सो इंफॉर्मेटरी साइन सारी ट्रायंगल शेप अपवर्ड, एपेक्स अपवर्ड,
यस,
और गिव वे वो भी ट्रायंगल है, एक्सेप्शन ओनली दैट साइन इज हैविंग ट्रायंगल, बाकी साइन ट्रायंगल नहीं है, इट्स
And apex-
मोस्टली सर्कुलर और स्टॉप साइन
Stop sign, yes.
ओके, बाकी सब सर्कुलर है। तो बट वहाँ पे ट्रायंगल होने से भी ट्रायंगल डाउनवर्ड,
डाउनवर्ड, एपेक्स डाउन,
एपेक्स डाउनवर्ड, दैट इज द डिफरेंस।
डिफरेंस।
दैट इज द डिफरेंस।
उसी टाइम मैं इंटेंशनली ज़्यादा नहीं इसका, क्योंकि मेरे को पता था ये इधर आएगा, और कल सुबह फिर आएगा क्योंकि कल थोड़ा सा टच किया
जी।
सो डिफरेंट पर्सपेक्टिव, एक है रोड जियोमेट्री, ट्रैफिक साइन, मार्किंग, डेलिनेशन, सब मिला के ये है, सेफ्टी के साथ लिंक करके कहाँ कहाँ किस टाइप का इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ है। प्लीज गो अहेड।
सो प्लीज़ ऑब्जर्व वन थिंग हियर, ये एक पेडेस्ट्रियन क्रॉसिंग साइन है एंड इनमें एक छोटा सा लाइट दिख रहा है, शायद आप लोगों को दिख रहा होगा दूर से, पता नहीं, एक छोटा सा एक लाइट है यहाँ पे। हाँ, सो व्हाट डज इट मीन एक्चुअली? इट इज़ एक्चुअली कॉल्ड रैपिड फ्लैशिंग बेकन। इसका मतलब यह है कि ये जो लाइट है ना दोनों, ये कंटिन्यूस ऐसे फ्लैशिंग लाइट देता रहेगा टू ग्रैब द अटेंशन ऑफ द रोड यूज़र। क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो डिस्ट्रैक्टेड ड्राइवर है कि वो शायद मोबाइल देख देख के भी गाड़ी चला रहा होगा, उनको पता नहीं कि आगे क्या हो रहा है, और मे बी नॉट seeing the side of the road, so they will see this from a what to say far distance कि there is some light blinking, so automatically उनके आंखें नज़र उसके तरफ जाएगा, yes, attentive. So this is actually given along with the pedestrian crossing sign, and this is the common practice in USA to give in the school zone, because school जो kid है, they are not aware of that much safety, of course, like us, so we have to take care of their safety. Now they do this kind of thing by providing a rapid flashing beacon. Yeah, then another installation can be done, which is sir has also told, that is raised crossing. Then we can give a speed hump, which we have already seen here, like by providing a speed hump warning sign. Now talking about the safety in community platform or some sensitive location, suppose hospital. So this kind of structure we have seen in many village, like एक खाली area में only एक building है, and people who you have seen the Panchayat web series, maybe many people have seen that. There you can see that office of Panchayat office where Sachib used to stay. This is only in the open ground. There was no boundary. Okay, so this kind of structure is very common in rural area. So what we have to do? We should provide a speed breaker or traffic sign when we are entering to this zone, and we should separate this building with some physical separation. एक wall दे दिया concrete का, और अगर concrete का wall नहीं भी दे रहे तो bamboo wire fencing भी दे सकते हैं, दे के इस जगह को थोड़ा isolate कर देते हैं रोड से, नहीं तो रोड कौन सा है और खाली जगह क्या है, people will be confused. So then one more thing we can do, suppose for hospital, in hospital में this is especially for school area. There we will see the pedestrian mostly in the daytime, because mostly when school will start and when kids will go home. Now for hospital, कब जाना है hospital, the time is not fixed. Na? Anytime we can go to hospital because based upon our emergency. So there we should provide a pedestrian crossing, maybe zebra crossing or raised crosswalk. Raised crosswalk देने से what sir has told, कि वो visibility भी थोड़ा बढ़ेगा, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा like tabletop what sir has told. Then and then for night time safety, which I told, school zone में हम लोग को night में जाने का बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी नहीं है, but everywhere we should improve the night time safety. But for hospital area, we should give proper lighting by giving the raised pavement marker on the edge, or painting the boundaries or trees, or providing some hazard mark on the trees, so that people who will come, the rider, they can understand, yes, there is something, some hazard location, or there is some sensitive location, so I have to take care of my vehicle speed. Now just look at the different provision for increasing the nighttime safety by giving crosswalk and crossing sign. So ये एक crossing sign है जहाँ पे solar light is given. So daytime में it will be charged, night time it will give the proper visibility. Yes. Now this figure we can see some buildings are there. That means it is the urban location. So urban location में lighting की as such बहुत ज़्यादा issue नहीं है. There are many buildings, many shops are there. So some good lighting is there. So in that case, in the near to the crosswalk, we can give street light. Now you see, by looking into this area, यहाँ आसपास जंगल ही दिख रहा है ना, only trees, nothing else, no building. So in that case, what will happen? If we will not give additional safety measure, like in those roads, we can see, we have seen in national highway, at night time trucks are mostly driving. So as sir told that, एक तो truck driver they drive with fatigue. So and pedestrian crossing is not common in national highway, mainly in the night time. So there is some accident we have maybe heard about, and maybe somewhere we have seen कि pedestrian cross हो रहा है और truck driver को दिखा ही नहीं. So एक pedestrian के ऊपर अगर truck driver चला तो आप सोचो what will be the situation. Now to counter this kind of safety issue, one thing can be done. We can provide this raised pavement marker near to those zebra crossing. तो इसमें होगा क्या? Because pedestrian are not self illuminating. हमारी बॉडी से कोई लाइट तो नहीं निकल रही है ना, और यहाँ पे प्रॉपर रोड साइड लाइटिंग भी नहीं है. तो जब इस टाइप का लाइट प्रोविजन होगा तो द ट्रक ड्राइवर और एनी व्हीकल दे विल सी इट फ्रॉम ए फार डिस्टेंस कि समथिंग इज देयर इन द रोड, सो दे विल अंडरस्टैंड दैट इज देयर इज अ जेब्रा क्रॉसिंग. So we have to take care of our speed, we have to reduce, and like this way they can means we can improve the pedestrian crossing safety. Now here also we can see that this flashing beacon which I have told earlier, it is there, and solar light is there. So with the help of solar light इसका charge होता रहेगा day time में, and it will be giving some flashing light continuous here and there to the riders, and it will like this way the safety situation will be improved.
मटेरियल कौन सा होता है ये जो उसका ये लगाया हुआ है?
येलो
मटेरियल का ये फ्लोरेसेंट होता है, क्या होता है?
क्या
ये रोड मार्किंग का मटेरियल होता है क्या?
ये चीज़ दिस इज
इस तरह पड़ा है, सेंटर वाला
ये दिस इज एक्चुअली दिस वन रेस्ड पेवमेंट मार्कर जो आप रोड के साइड में एज में देखते हो. हाँ
ये आरआरपीएम यूज किया कुछ
हाँ.
सिंपल आरआरपीएम
लाइक हम जनरली रोड साइड में लगाते हैं ना,
कैटसाई बोलते हैं,
कैट
कभी
साई.
आरआरपीएम बोलते हैं, कन्वेंशनली कैटसाई बोलते हैं हम लोग, अभी आरआरपीएम.
सो जैसे हम कल जैसे हम सिटी एरिया में गए तो देयर वाज मेनी इन द एज ऑफ द लाइन. सो टू इंक्रीज द विजिबिलिटी ऑफ द क्रॉसवॉक वी कैन यूज लाइक दिस वे ऑल्सो. So what we are saying about this is the raised pavement marker. So the major benefit is that it is highly durable with low life cycle cost. Now there is another thing which is solar raised pavement marker. So in that case that in daytime it will be like charged, you can say, or based upon the solar light. Now there are some provision where it should not be installed. First of all, we can see that जहाँ पे trees का shadow है वहाँ पे हम इसको नहीं लगा सकते, but this one we can give. Okay, so क्यों नहीं लगा सकते? क्योंकि चार्ज नहीं हो पाएगा. अगेन जहाँ पे मीडियन और डिवाइडर का शेडो है वहाँ हम नहीं लगा सकते, मिडिल ऑफ द रोड नहीं लगा सकते, बिकॉज इसका सोलर प्रॉपर्टी में डैमेज हो सकता है बाय मीन्स इंटरेक्शन विथ व्हीकल. अक्रॉस द रोड वी कैनॉट फिक्स इट, नॉट अक्रॉस द स्टॉप लाइन, मीन्स ट्रांसफर डायरेक्शन में वी कैनॉट प्रोवाइड, बट इन टी जंक्शन दैट दिस वे वी कैन प्रोवाइड इन द एज, बट इन द ट्रांसफर डायरेक्शन वी कैनॉट. Now what are the problem faced by pedestrian in rural junction? If you will talk about a national highway meeting a village road, so national highway is multi-lane highway, so pedestrian face an issue to cross this multi-lane road. Then what I told at the very first, we don't see, like if a pedestrian is also standing, we should stop, we should give away to the pedestrian so that he or she can cross the road safely. But we again, this pedestrian is standing here, but all the vehicles, they just going with their speed, nobody is like giving him the priority. Then sometimes intersections are designed very complex, then long waiting time at intersection because of this manner, and less countermeasure for pedestrian safety. For example, maybe there is no that pedestrian refuge island is there, so pedestrian is standing on the road. There is means not adequate pedestrian countermeasure has been thought to provide. Now talking about the safety measures in market area, it was discussed yesterday also, today also, कि अगर market area है तो how we should improve the safety. Now yesterday's discussion was like that कि अगर market area restricted है, then what we should do. Now here I am talking about how to plan the market area in rural road. So basically हम लोग को करना ये चाहिए कि अगर रूरल रोड का मंडी हम देखें, वो रोज़ तो नहीं बैठती है, हफ्ते में 2 दिन कि 3 दिन इस टाइप का, तो हमको देखना चाहिए कि मीन्स एक कोई खाली लैंड हो जहाँ पे रोड से थोड़ा सा दूर, जिसको हम मंडी बोल सकते हैं, जहाँ पे मंडी मतलब लोग जाके कुछ बेचना हो, सब्जी वगैरह, वो दे कैन डू दैट. नाउ वन थिंग वी ऑल हैव सीन, स्पेशली ऑन द रूरल एरिया, people are sitting with all the vegetables to sell at the edge of the road, and their cycles are also standing there, because वो जो अपना ठेला जो भी लेके आते हैं उसको भी वही रखते हैं, and the road users or people who are going to buy those vegetables, वो भी अपना साइकिल वही लगा के सब्जी खरीदेंगे. तो एक मंडी उधर सब्जी का दिखता है, दूसरा मंडी गाड़ी का, कह सकते हो. So in that case, if you will separate the that vegetable that market in a open place, it is little far from road, then based upon the pedestrian movement and all, we can give a suitable pedestrian some crossing point at some specific location. Now this is the improvement in terms of pedestrian. Now another thing we can do, because we, as I told, people go with their own vehicle means not car, that scooty and cycle, all those things, and with thela, that non-motorized traffic. So for them also we can provide a separate parking. So motorcycle भी इधर उधर से जाके कहीं भी जाके park करके सब्जी खरीदने नहीं जाएगा, there should be a designated parking. But हाँ, thing is that we can only provide, but with some additional measures so that they should not violate it. But yeah, it is there, like मतलब इंसान की फितरत है, like violate तो होगा, because road users has that tendency actually. But as an engineer, we should think what can be done by us to improve the road safety in many way, like by giving them proper facility in every aspect in the rural road. Now talking about the bicyclist safety, so bicyclist actually the most sustainable transport mode, क्योंकि bicycle से कोई pollution नहीं हो रही, there is no carbon emission from bicycle. But अगर आप सोचोगे bicycle का use कहीं ना कहीं rural road में जो है, that is mainly belong to school going vehicle, school going kid. बाकी उसके ऊपर स्पेशली जब स्कूल ख़त्म हो जाता है, people have the tendency to buy a bike, because it is some kind of prestige issue also. You can say my friends having bike, but I am still riding the bicycle. So what actually obstruct them? One is improper and unpaved shoulder, another is roadside vegetation and some hazard, for example an electric pole and tree. So first of all we should focus on providing a safe shoulder. So that provision should be not random, we should follow the proper guideline which is mentioned in the IRC. So it is mentioned that if the shoulder is using by animal drawn cart or bicyclist, we should provide a minimum 1.2 shoulder width. Now that shoulder width is that much along with paved shoulder, because so then it can be like other road users such as pedestrian and all, they can easily use that. Now here we can see some see this electric pole, it is almost in the road. So either we have to shift it or we can give a hazard symbol here. So we should cut these branches. Now these are the hazard marking here in the tree is placed. Now in Ministry of Rural Development report it was written that I think in many cases ये जो सारे hazard लगाते हैं वो लोग निकाल के फेंक देते या कुछ ऐसा टाइप का सिचुएशन होगा, तो वहाँ पे इट वाज मेंशन इन दैट मैनुअल कि अगर इस टाइप का है तो उसमें पेरेक मार के पूरा मतलब पैर के साथ उसको चिप मतलब ऐसा लगाओ कि कोई इसको निकाल ना सके. नाउ लेट मी शो यू वन थिंग. Here is one small curve kind of thing, you can say, like alignment is not same. So one thing can happen, suppose a bicycle or any motorcycle will come like this way, ये directly इस पैर पे टकराने का high chances है. Now two types of safety measures were given here. First of all, raised pavement marker, उसमें अगर night time हो तो उसको पता चलेगा कि this is the alignment of the road, okay, so he will not cross that one, otherwise he will directly hit the tree. So two type of safety measures was taken. One is hazard, अगर hazard को किसी ने उठा के फेंक भी दिया, then there is raised pavement marker. इसको उठाना तो इतना आसान नहीं है, तो you will get to know the alignment of the road, then we will ride safely. And here again some electric pole is there, यहाँ भी hazard marking is required. Another is based upon the pavement surface condition. If some because of construction or because of rainfall, if the pavement there is some problem in the pavement surface, for example slippery surface, we should provide some warning sign before approach to this hazard कि not only this kind of hazard, this is also important pavement surface कि आगे रोड की जो क्या बोलते हैं surface characteristic है, it is not good, it is a kind of hazardous, so you please take care of that, or you please think of that and then you proceed. Now here we can see one example of school zone sign. There are three actually intervention has been done. One is raised pavement marker along this culvert, that hazard mark, and school zone. Now what I told earlier, here you people see only two people are crossing, this is shown. So many people may not understand what is this. So we should write here, it is school. Though a school board is here, it is not that much visible. So like this way we should take care of all the hazard situation. Now this is one example how we can improve the safety of a cyclist and pedestrian. So here this is the grade separation has been done. This is not actually very common in our case. In urban road we have seen many foot over bridge, over intersection and subway which are actually provided for dedicated for pedestrian. Now just example, like in Delhi there was one intersection, I remember the name, which is Pitampura intersection. There is one subway, from this to this way you can cross the road. So when I have visited the subway, it was full of, you can say, bad smell, people shit and some alcohol bottle. So if things are like that, of course pedestrian will not use this. Now here along with pedestrian, the bicyclist also can use this structure. Now another thing is that first of all तो we don't bother about pedestrian, and then person with disability उसका तो सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता. So इसके लिए what can be done, a curb ramp can be provided so that there should be a smooth transition of pedestrian from to say footpath to road. Now along with this we should also provide something which is called grab rail, so that पेडिस्ट्रियन अगर खुद डिसेबल पेडिस्ट्रियन अगर खुद भी जा रहा है तो उसके लिए कुछ सपोर्टिंग सिस्टम हो जिसको वो होल्ड करके ही कैन एडजस्ट हिज मूवमेंट ही कैन विथ सेफ्टली. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट मोटरसाइकिल सेफ्टी. सो एज आई टोल्ड, मोटरसाइकिल इज़ द अफोर्डेबल मीडियम फॉर स्पेशली फॉर रूरल एरियाज. चाहे वो जाके कहीं काम करना हो, बच्चे को स्कूल छोड़ना हो या मार्केट से सब्जी लाना हो, पीपल ऑलवेज प्रेफर मोटरसाइकिल. साइकिल इज़ गुड बट ही विल थिंक दैट थोड़ा सा पैसा खर्चा करके मैं मोटरसाइकिल क्यों ना ले लूँ, साइकिल से आने जाने में तो मेरा हालत ख़राब हो जाए, है ना. तो दिस इज़ द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ MP आई फाउंड इन टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया that newspaper. This is some village Banvipura. I am not aware of that though. So what happened, a motorcycle crash occurred with a truck, mini truck, and he died at the spot. Yes. Now as sir told that MP ranked 3rd in the country in fatal accident due to non-use of helmet. So now see this example. यहाँ पे ओनली ऐसा नहीं कि क्या व्हाट हैपेंड, हाँ, नो देयर इज वन स्टोरी एक्चुअली. few weeks back I have listened one podcast of actor Pankaj Tripathi, all of you know. So he was saying that in Uttar Pradesh when he was young, so लोगों के जो यंगस्टर्स थे उस टाइम के, उनका एक ऐसा था जो हाथ छोड़ के बाइक चला सकते हैं. दे हैव दैट मोर, you can say there are some like what to say, prestige, or I don't know what it will be. So he told we also did that. Yeah, it's stunt only. So and stunt people always do with motorcycle. So here he is not using helmet. Alongside he is showing stunt that yeah, I can ride the motorcycle without even holding it. So this is the scenario. And one more thing, when I was listening his podcast, I remember in many, especially in the rural or small town, आप लोगों ने देखा होगा मेला लगती है जिसमें एक मौत का कुआं लगता है, जिसमें बाइक जो है ना ऐसे गोल गोल घूमेगा और दे विल शो दैट इट विल नॉट फॉल डाउन. सो यंगस्टर एक्चुअली द सी दैट एंड दे लाइक ओ ही कैन डू दिस कैन बी इजीली डन इन द रोड. सो दिस इज द मेजर प्रॉब्लम बिकॉज ही इज नॉट अवेयर ऑफ द सेफ्टी. Now let us see the crash statistics, like two-wheeler as crime vehicle. Here we can see that two-wheelers are 30 times more prone to accident than car and other rider. Now what are the major safety issues related to motorized two-wheeler? First, we already discussed about user behavior, then road design and road condition. So this is not actually our concern. This should be like proper education and enforcement is required, and people who is road user, he also have to be attentive. So we have to focus on these two, how to provide a good road and safe road and road condition also. Now in rural road, as I told, there now the intelligent transportation system use is increasing, but at rural road due to some fund constraint also we cannot go that much means advanced option. So we will always see for what is the cost effective measure. So first of all is installation of traffic calming measure. If you will talk about speed, so we should provide some speed calming measure such as speed hump, speed breaker, rumble strip or texture pavement. So why should provide this traffic calming measure? First of all, it is self enforcing, so automatically आपका speed reduce होगा ही. Second, it is cost effective, and third thing is that it is structured in that way that it will provide you a jerk, automatically your speed will be reduced. Then we should see that road geometry by improving the pavement surface, road marking, day and night visibility, side distance and junction as well as an horizontal curve. Now talking about speed hump, where we should provide that one. So these things are already mentioned in IRC 99. So in previous slide we have seen that एक speed breaker था जो actually non-standard था. So it should not be like that. We should always follow what is written in the IRC, where to provide, how should it distance from the junction, everything is mentioned there. Now if you will talk about the suitable location, it should be before the hazard on the straight road. Suppose यहाँ पे hazard है, अगर हम यहाँ पे speed हम दिए तो there is no use of that. So we should provide before hazard. अगर कोई हम लोकेलिटी में घुस रहे हैं तो उसके आगे देना चाहिए, उसके अंदर अगर कुछ इस टाइप का स्कूल जोन है तो वहाँ पे भी देना चाहिए. एंड देन ऑन माइनर रोड बिफोर जंक्शन. ऑफ कोर्स अगर माइनर रोड को नहीं देंगे सो इट विल डू मोर chaos, it will it will improve, it will not improve, it will reduce the safety, not himself, also the major road traffic. Then what is the unsuitable location? On horizontal curve, of course we should not give speed hump, and the speed where approach speed is more than 30 km. So what will happen if we will provide this kind of self-enforcing treatment in the high speed road? So it will come with a high speed, the jerk will be more, so it will be very much discomfort and some accident also may happen. So we should take care of this. Now talking about this thing, अगर हम speed hump दे रहे हैं तो we should also provide a warning sign कि आगे speed hump है, speed limit warning sign, and we should also maintain this thing कि मतलब थोड़ा दिखने में हो सकता है कुछ काफ़ी साल बाद वो ठीक से ना दिखे, then we should replace that. So this kind of thing we should do. Now talking about rumble strip, we can provide a rumble strip across the entire width of the carriageway and the paved shoulder. Now if we will see the Ministry of Road Development manual, there it is written where it is accident prone location in highway or rural highway, we can provide rumble strip on shoulder side to run off the vehicle from the embankment. Then another thing is that if there is a high pedestrian activity zone, we can provide the rumble strip 10 to 20 meters before the zebra crossing. So how it will work, sir has already mentioned in the previous slide that it will give some jerk, so some kind of discomfort, so that if you are running out from the carriageway, you can again come back. So this kind of thing is also given especially on the high speed rural highway. Suppose आप बहुत टाइम से ड्राइव कर रहे हो and there is no vehicle from other direction is not coming and there is no change in alignment. So many times it happen, vehicle जो ड्राइवर है वो शायद सो सकते हैं, मतलब सो जाते हैं, तो ताकि वो बाहर ना जाए तो वो उसको फिर इसीलिए दिया जाता है कि वो उसमें एक जार्क प्रोवाइड होगा, so he will again come back. Now there is another thing which is textured pavement and colored pavement. These actually provide positive aesthetic view. दूर से आपको दिखाई देगा and you will act like accordingly. It's kind of like psychological effect कि अगर बाकी कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है कम से कम ये तो दिखाई देगा सामने है. Then it create a psychological effect and encourage driver to slow down automatically. But one problem with this is when there is pedestrian with disability and moving with a wheelchair, because of this uneven pavement, it create actually problem for them. So जहाँ पे इस टाइप की चीज़ें हैं, we have to take care of all those things. Now what are the other recommendation? For example, we should provide advance warning sign if आगे कोई hazard है. So जो motorcyclist है, he can think कि अच्छा कि मुझे क्या आगे जाना है इस रोड से और I can deroute my way. शायद मैं कुछ shortcut लगे कहीं और तरफ से चला जाऊँ. Then installation of high visibility signage, good pavement marking. Now again I am telling it, we should give this according to the standard. Then provision of full paved shoulder. Just sir also mentioned that in case of suppose motor vehicle को कुछ breakdown हुआ, कुछ हुआ, you can also use this one. Provide crash barrier. Then apart from this, require contractors to remove loose gravel and debris from construction zone on a regular basis. Otherwise बहुत जगह पे ऐसे देखा जाता है, ये सब ऐसे रोड पे आने के मतलब it will fall in the road and it will create extra hazard for the road users. Then of course regular maintenance of those things. Now here just see some other problem, that edge line to be marked, it is marked here. Side distance issue at sharp curve. So we should see the design standard for all those things, side distance and all. Now talking about the non-engineering measure, as an engineer, of course we should take care of road surface characteristics on all. Now this is the first thing. Now after that also, चाहे जो हमने रोड बहुत अच्छा बना लिया, उसके बाद भी चीज़ें सुधर नहीं रही, then what can be done? Then we will go for first education. We will educate them कि this is signage. So we will not do that. There will be some other agency. So some NGOs are there, many organizations are there. They do this kind of thing. They will train them to understand that what is speed limit, signage, marking, motorcycle specific awareness. कि school zone है, mobile phone destruction, which I have shared with you people, that flyover incident, and then awareness to school kid. Now we know, suppose a 60 years old uncle in village, if you will tell them that uncle ji please don't cross the road like this way, what he will say कि यार हमने तो ऐसे ही किया, हमको मत सिखाओ क्या करना है ना? So it's better to train or better to give this information to school kid, because they grabs the thing very easily, and for them it may be interesting कि आप इधर से मत जाओ, आप shoulder से जाओ. So he, without thinking, they will not think the negative thing first. They will okay हमको जाना है, हम वैसे ही जाएंगे. So these are the thing, and you can see how rural road people use the motorcycle. Then another is education के बाद भी अगर नहीं सुधरे, then enforcement will come. Strict use of helmet, penalty for drinking and drive. Now there is one article in internet. Some NGO, I think they have done a campaign. So they asked the rural road people why we use helmet. So first answer was to protect us from dust. Okay, and the yes, second answer was कि they have seen कि वो हाथ में helmet रख के वो drive करता है ना, तो he took the helmet to market. He put all those things, whatever he buy in that helmet, all the packet and all. Then he put this helmet in the vehicle, not wearing. So this is the purpose of helmet for some people. So we can't blame. So we can't blame that directly. Many urban road people, they are actually aware of many things. We can't blame the rural road people. Maybe proper information are not passing to them. So this thing also be taken care of. Now I will come to the next point, which is emergency care. अब मान लीजिए रोड अच्छा बनाया तब भी नहीं सुधरा, एजुकेशन दिया तब भी कुछ नहीं हुआ, एनफोर्समेंट लगाया तब भी नहीं हुआ, उसमें क्या होगा? मेजर एक्सीडेंट होगा. तो एक इमरजेंसी केयर भी चाहिए एट द लास्ट टाइम, ताकि ये अभी बच जाए, ना बढ़े. तो इट इज़ सीन दैट रूरल इंडिया स्ट्रगल्स विथ हाई रोड एक्सीडेंट बट लो एक्सेस टू इमरजेंसी केयर. So this 4E which we have actually, enforcement, education, emergency and engineering, what sir also told, all these things should be taken care of all together. एक को सुधारेंगे दूसरा नहीं होगा, ऐसा possible actually नहीं है अगर overall safety हमको improve करना है. So these are the code of practice we should follow if we are working on rural road or if we are providing like facility for pedestrians. So this is a message. I hope everybody will read it once so that we can also be aware of that.